Imagine losing over 800 days straight with no gains to be made, with nothing substantive to take home. You know what I mean? Like, you're not making a profit for 800 to 1,000 days. Like, only the best of the best of the best companies with the deepest coffers could sustain such a downtrend. Okay, and so if you look at sand, this is particularly bullish. Why? Look at this. You're essentially breaking an 800-day resistance, or actually you broke an 800-day resistance right here. You broke out. Now this is the retest right there, and you're pretty much about to effectuate, you're pretty much about to make the first real breakout, right? So breakout, retest, breakout. The first real breakout in 800 days. Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is February 2nd, 2024. And the first large-scale altcoin breakout is finally here. Okay, when we talk about cryptocurrency, a lot of people are in it for the gains. Let's be honest. A lot of people are in it because they heard stories of these massive breakouts, these legendary altcoin breakouts that in a day did 50, 60, 70, 80, 100+%. Okay, and you get those throughout a market cycle, here and there. If you go on crypto bubbles, you go on CoinMarketCap, you'll find your random altcoin pumping for no reason or for some random reason, but it's only relegated to that altcoin. What I'm talking about is a wholesale crypto altcoin move, right? Altcoins, non-Bitcoin assets. They haven't moved collectively to the upside in a very long time. When I mean very long time, I mean years. Okay, stick with me and I will show that to you in the charts. Guys, if that sounds interesting to you, then watch until the very end. As always, we are going to start off with Bitcoin, as Bitcoin is the king asset in crypto, and it's very important that we know what Bitcoin's doing. Okay, last we spoke, we discussed Bitcoin's move back up from this bottom. Okay, we had a bottom at around 38K, and we said that it was very likely that we get a three-wave move, 1, 2, 3. That takes just around the same amount of time as this five-wave move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and that we've got. Okay, and I said that three-wave move should last about the same time, so 12 days, because this took 12 days to come down. This also has now taken 12 days to go up, and let's just measure really quickly. Okay, we're almost there. So by the end of the week, Sunday, it will have been 12 days. Okay, and in that time, I was saying that we should hit our target. That is the midline of this channel, because before leaving any channel of consolidation, you have to hit the midline. That's what you usually see. So that was our target, around 44,700. That's still set to hit. So everything according to our initial trading plan is still accurate, still likely, right? And what I'm expecting from Bitcoin on the small time frames, right? Let's go on the hourly, is simply this, right? So we have here a wave, initial break of structure. So if you look at this, basically you could see 5 waves, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. And this is your initial break of structure, your A wave, right? Call that your A wave. And this, what I'm seeing, is a 1, 2, 3 B wave. Okay, and then what you're gonna get is some subsequent pivots here before our move down. So basically, I believe that by Sunday, in about 2 days, we hit that $44,700 target. We hit our heads against resistance, which is the midline of this 40+ day channel. And then we start going sideways and coming down. Now, that's all well and good. We've always said, well, not always, but we've said for some time on this channel that Bitcoin hitting 44.7 wasn't anything to write home about. It wasn't going to change lives. It was just a matter of a few percentage points of a move to the upside. The real salient, interesting thing about this market move is what it allows and what it affords the altcoin space. Okay, so now let's look at altcoins. Now, I've been saying as well on the channel that this was the most important chart in crypto, this Bitcoin dominance chart, because when this turns down, it's confirmation that our altcoins are beating Bitcoin. Okay, and for a while I've been saying that this is a bearish head and shoulders with the neckline here, right? Or you can say maybe the neckline is, let's see. Yeah, you could say the neckline's here. Okay, and basically what you did is, if you channel this, okay, let's draw that again. If you channel this, you're essentially hitting the midline again. Does everybody see that? I'm going to draw that a little more carefully so it's not so difficult to see. But essentially, you're basically doing a midline retest once more of a channel. And now we expect rejection from that midline retest. So let's illustrate that. Okay, so you have this channel that you've put in, something like this, right? That's your bottom support, that's your resistance on the top there. Maybe you can put the channel like this, something like that, right? And so you were in this channel since October, right? Since October. So for many months now, this channel is thus far almost a 100-day channel. Okay, so in Bitcoin dominance, you're going up and down for 100 days, and according to my analysis, this is a distributive channel, meaning it's a channel where you get consolidation to ultimately break down. Okay, so here's a rejection from the top, rejection from the top. Now you retest the midline as resistance because you're now below it, and now you break down, and that's your next logical target down here around 48.65%. So what does this mean? For those of you who follow the channel, you know Bitcoin dominance moving down means altcoins are gaining against Bitcoin. That's what you want to see when altcoins are coming back from the dead. So this is what I'm seeing still on the Bitcoin dominance chart, and I do expect for that to play out, especially since we are at that midline resistance of this channel or around it. Okay. Now, altcoins. If altcoins do indeed beat out, let me fix my screen, sorry. If altcoins are indeed set to beat out Bitcoin, what does that look like and what does that mean? And what do I mean by altcoins haven't made a wholesale move in hundreds of days? I do not mean that hyperbolically. Like, that is not an exaggeration, not at all hyperbole, right? Look at this. Go on the daily time frame and look at this. This is a low cap altcoin, Litentry. Okay, look at what we're talking about here. Ever since February of 2021, right? Basically, when this came out, you've been down and sideways. Literally ever since February of 2021, you've been down and sideways. Okay, you haven't made any convincing impulsive move to the upside in this altcoin ever since February of 2021. Okay, so just for this asset, if you look at that, that's over 1,000 days of down and sideways price action. So if you're in crypto and you happen to have this in your portfolio, or you've been trading this, you haven't done anything, you haven't made any substantive gains, and you haven't even had a clear chart to trade, because this is just 1, 2, 3, right? A bear market declension, and then a subsequent multiple month sideways consolidation accumulation. So what we're getting now, what I'm making such a big deal about, what I've been talking about, what many people actually in this cryptocurrency space have been forecasting, is a breakout of this massive bear market consolidation. Okay, and that would be the first wholesale, this would represent the first impulsive move of this asset's life ever. So Litentry specifically, that came out February of 2021 according to this chart. If we did move up and out of this consolidation channel, that would represent the first ever impulsive move to the upside. Okay, so if you're in crypto and you haven't made any gains, this is why. Because we've been in a down and sideways market for many altcoins. Okay, that's one example. But many altcoins are similar. Not exactly the same, but similar. Let's go on to, let's see. Let's talk about Quant. Okay, so this is a popular one. When I used to do more live streams, I got this as a request many times. And, you know, I think fundamentally it's interesting. People like the idea of, you know, doing quant analysis and stuff like that. A lot of people think it's the future. In any case, just from a technical analysis vantage, this hasn't done anything, according to this chart, ever, in terms of a clean impulsive move to the upside. So it comes out, goes up a little bit, comes down more. Okay, so that's your bear market. And your bull market, it's not the bull market, but you could say the bear market consolidation was quite bullish, because you went up in 5 waves and you pretty much consolidated above the phi ratio of that initial move up. Okay, so this, all of this would be your consolidation, your bear market consolidation. So although you went up, you still went sideways. All of this happens as a consolidation, as an accumulation, right? So if you count this, you're pretty much dealing with almost 900 days, 870 day move down and sideways. 870 days down and sideways in quant. Do you see what I mean? This is why it's been particularly difficult to be in crypto. You don't see much of any gains. You haven't, at least in the past 8,000 days. Okay, when I say crypto, I mean altcoins, right? Because let's face it, if you're in Bitcoin, if you're in one of the top cap in the top market cap assets, maybe you've seen something, right? You've been in Solana, maybe you've seen something. You've been in Bitcoin, maybe you've seen something, but it's nothing to write home about, honestly. What, Bitcoin did 100% in a year? That's nothing to write home about. That's not what we're used to in crypto. That's not why we're in this space, right? We're in this space to beat inflation. We're in this space to make insane gains. And those insane gains are typically made by altcoins, and altcoins just haven't been doing it. Let's do one more. Let's do Sand. Okay, so Sandbox, I believe it is. Sandbox is, I think it's a gaming token. But look, okay, so this one had a bull run in 2020, went up in what looks like a 5-wave sequence. And ever since November of 2021, it's been down. Like, ever since November of 2021, it's been down. You can't even say, I mean, you can kind of say it's been sideways, but it's mostly been down, okay? And so if you look at it, let's do this. So if you look at it, first measuring the time, this is almost 800 days down. Almost 800 days down, okay? And that's after a bull run, okay? So this is why, if you look in the cryptocurrency space, you see company after company went out of business, bankrupted, insolvent. It's because they couldn't take 8 to 1,000 days of down to sideways price action. It's not even sideways, it's just straight down sometimes, like in this case, right? Imagine losing over 800 days straight with no gains to be made, with nothing substantive to take home. You know what I mean? Like, you're not making a profit for 800 to 1,000 days. Like, only the best of the best of the best companies with the deepest coffers could sustain such a downtrend, okay? And so if you look at sand, this is particularly bullish. Why? Look at this. You're essentially breaking an 800-day resistance, or actually you broke an 800-day resistance right here. You broke out. Now this is the retest right there, and you're pretty much about to effectuate. You're pretty much about to make the first real breakout, right? So breakout, retest, breakout. The first real breakout in 800 days, right? That's what you're looking to make in Sandbox. And that is after a bull market, 800 days. So 800 to 1,000 days, or over 1,000 days, you haven't seen much of anything in altcoins. And when you talk about altcoins, understand that crypto is altcoins. You have Bitcoin. Everything else is an altcoin. So when we talk about crypto, when people talk about crypto, they're mostly talking about altcoins, right? Altcoins have most of the market cap. Altcoins comprise, obviously, the majority of assets. And so if altcoins aren't moving, that's crypto that's not moving. Crypto is about to be back in a major way, according to the charts. Guys, if that sounds good to you, if you are excited by that, like this video, share, subscribe, buy me a coffee if you feel led to. The link for buy me a coffee is posted, pinned down below in the comments, and I'll see you next time.